In November 1899, deep in the jungles of Pampanga, an American soldier committed the ultimate act of treason against the United States Army. He walked out of his camp, slipped past his superiors, and disappeared into the night. Taking with him 2 horses, a carbine rifle, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His name was David Fagen, but he wasn't just any deserter. He was a Black American soldier belonging to the famous 24th Infantry Regiment, the Buffalo Soldiers. Sent across the Pacific to suppress the Filipino struggle for independence, Fagen made a choice that stunned both Washington and Manila. He chose to fight for the Philippines. Welcome back to Historium Pilipinas. Today, we look into the extraordinary, controversial, and legendary story of David Fagen, the African-American who became a captain in the Philippine Revolutionary Army and fought for Filipino freedom. To understand David Fagen, we must go back to 1898. The Spanish-American War had just ended. Spain sold the Philippines to the United States for $20 million under the Treaty of Paris, completely ignoring the Philippine Declaration of Independence proclaimed by Emilio Aguinaldo in Cavite, Cavite. By 1899, full-scale war erupted between the newly formed First Philippine Republic and invading American forces. To bolster their campaign, the U.S. military deployed 4 regiments of African-American soldiers, known as the Buffalo Soldiers, including the 24th Infantry Regiment. These black soldiers found themselves caught in a profound moral paradox. At home in the Jim Crow South, they faced disenfranchisement, segregation, and racial violence. Yet here they were, sent thousands of miles across the ocean to subjugate another people of color fighting for self-determination. David Fagen was born in Tampa, Florida, around 1875. He enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1898 and was deployed to Luzon in June 1899. Fagen was known as headstrong and quick to clash with white commanding officers who routinely subjected black soldiers to verbal abuse and racial slurs. During the war, Filipino revolutionaries actively appealed to African-American soldiers. Revolutionary leaflets were posted on trees and scattered near American posts, reading, "To the colored American soldier, why do you fight your brothers of color who are seeking freedom, while at home you are treated as second-class citizens?" For David Fagen, the breaking point came on November 17, 1899. Stationed near Mount Arayat, Pampanga, Fagen coordinated with an insurgent officer in secret. Under the cover of darkness, he deserted his post, rode into the jungle, and surrendered his arms to the Philippine Revolutionary Army under General Urbano Lacuna. Fagen wasn't just seeking refuge, he was ready to fight.
We know this land better than they ever will.
General Urbano Lacuna welcomed Fagen into his ranks.
Congratulations on your promotion, Major.
Recognizing his military skills and marksmanship, Lacuna commissioned him as a lieutenant and later promoted him to captain. Over the next 2 years, Captain David Fagen conducted daring guerrilla raids against U.S. forces in Nueva Ecija and Pampanga. He disrupted American supply lines, ambushed patrols, and captured valuable arms and ammunition for the Katipuneros. The U.S. military grew obsessed with Fagen. To the American press and military hierarchy, he was seen as a treacherous renegade. Reports credited him with supernatural stealth, claiming he knew the terrain better than anyone. But to the local Filipino population, Fagen was celebrated as a hero and protector. By 1901, Fagen was one of the most wanted men in the Philippines. The U.S. Army put a massive $600 bounty on his head, later raised to $2,000, a fortune at the time. By mid-1901, the tide of the war had shifted dramatically. General Emilio Aguinaldo was captured in March 1901. Months later, General Lacuna surrendered his forces. The revolution was fracturing, but David Fagen refused to surrender. Knowing he would face execution by firing squad if captured by the Americans, Fagen took his Filipino wife and retreated deep into the uncharted mountains of Nueva Ecija, living among the indigenous Ata communities.
Thank you so much.
In December 1901, a hunter named Anastasio de Castro walked into an American military outpost carrying a severed head inside a burlap sack. De Castro claimed he had killed David Fagen in a brawl near the coast. However, the U.S. Army never officially confirmed the head belonged to Fagen. No dental records existed, and many officers believed de Castro fabricated the story to collect the lucrative reward. Official military files simply marked the report as unverified. Did David Fagen die in the wilderness of Luzon in 1901? Or did he slip away into legend, living out the rest of his days peacefully under a new identity among the mountain communities? To this day, his ultimate fate remains one of the great mysteries of the Philippine-American War. David Fagen was one of about 20 American soldiers who defected to the Filipino side during the war. But his story stands out as a powerful symbol of transnational solidarity against oppression at a time when two distinct peoples, African Americans in the United States and Filipinos in the archipelago, were battling racism and colonial dominance. David Fagen bridged that gap. He chose conscience over country, standing shoulder to shoulder with Filipinos fighting for freedom. What do you think of David Fagen's decision? Was he a traitor to his army or a hero of the Filipino Revolution? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Philippine history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Historium Pilipinas and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, thank you and long live Philippine history.